I just think he is so naturally funny. He is, he's got a dry sense of humor, and that's a great thing about what you'll see tonight. All 7 comics have a different style, all of them hilarious. Please welcome Mike Schryver.
Thank you. Thank you, I'm Mike. Carl was wrong. I do have a bulge, but mine is more up here, kind of. And so I turned 65 fairly recently, and I saw an ad for an app on my phone. And the ad was for solitaire for seniors. And I thought, you know, I know they have these targeted ads, but this is getting to be a little much. They know that I just turned 65, and they know that I'm single. So you're waiting now to see what other ads I'm going to get. You know, like things like Minecraft for the mature, you know, or maybe Candy Crush for codgers. And it happened that I had a doctor's appointment right after I turned 65. And so I was waiting, and the doctor came in, and he's like this, he goes, "Welcome to 65." Like I won a prize on a game show, you know, or he's welcoming me to an exclusive club. You know, he's unhooking the velvet rope. You know, "Welcome to Club Senior, sir. Would you care for an Arnold Palmer and some Metamucil?" I've also found that he said the next time that I was coming in, that he was going to give me the Medicare exam, and he was real happy about that. And I don't know why he was happy. I'm thinking maybe he's going to get more money for that or something, I don't know. But this Medicare exam, I don't know what it is. I don't know if I can study for it. What happens if I fail it? Do I have to do 64 again, you know? I got held back by Medicare. It seems also as I get older that my body just flat out does not need food anymore. I eat absolutely nothing, and I still gain weight. I ate a celery stick and I gained 4 pounds. My body has become so efficient that I'm thinking of turning it in for the renewable energy credits. Another thing that I'm doing now with the changes I'm having is I started taking some Social Security payments. And I'm still working somewhat, so I'm only taking partial payments, and I wanted to know when they were going to start. So I called up and I talked to the lady there, and I called up and I said, you know, I know I'm only going to get partial payments, but I wonder if you can tell me when they're going to start. And she said, "You're not getting any benefits because you're still working." And you know, I said, "Well, yes, I know I'm not getting any right now, but what I was wondering is if you can tell me when they're going to start." She said, "You're not getting any benefits because you're still working." And I said, "Well, it sounds like you're telling me I'm not going to get any benefits this year at all. Is that what you're saying?" "You're going to get 3 checks. I said, "Okay, now we're getting somewhere." "Okay, can you tell me when those checks are going to come?" "You're not getting any benefits because you're still working." And I just gave up at that point. I thought I had maybe accidentally rebooted her. And, you know, I just, you know, figured it was safe to stop there. The other thing that I find as I get a little older is my sense of time gets a little fuzzy. I was listening to the radio the other day, and if you're younger and you don't know, radio, it's like a podcast that flies through the air and it lands in a box. And so I was listening, I heard that song, that new song by that group, and I want to look them up. It's like, that's right, that's that new song I keep meaning to look up. So I went and did that, and I looked up the group, and it turned out they broke up 30 years ago. You also sometimes have to be careful asking an older person for directions, because a lot of us will give you directions based on what used to be there. You know, well, you keep going this way a while, and then you turn right where the old school used to be, And then you keep going straight, and then you turn left by that firehouse that burned down. Oh, okay. Get out your Google map. And when it asks you when you want to arrive, tell it 1982. Now look for the school and turn right. And I took a trip to Vegas fairly recently. I'd never been there before. I saw how completely tacky it is. But it is not the tackiest place I've ever been to. The tackiest place I've ever been to would be Gatlinburg, Tennessee. All right, but from some Tennesseans or Gatlinburgers or... And so my friend and I were going through on a driving trip. And, you know, it sounds like I'm about to make fun of the South, and you would be right about that. But I do have some standing to do that. So I was born in Jacksonville, Florida. I did have the good sense to move away after 4 weeks old. So there was that. But Gatlinburg, when I was there, it's a little tourist town, and my friend and I were going through on a driving trip, and we wanted to stop for breakfast. So we found this little diner that was sandwiched in between two Elvis wax museums. And so we ordered breakfast, and the waitress asked us, you know, what do you want with your grits? And, you know, we both said, you know, no, we don't want grits. You can, you know, hold the grits. And she said, you don't want grits? And every head in the place turned toward us. And there was this silence, and I'm pretty sure I heard the cock of a shotgun. And so, you know, I rethought it and said, yo, I'll have grits. Give me extra grits. I'll have extra grits. And that settled things down. We were doing all right until my friend asked for avocado with his. So the shotguns came back out, and we had to get out of there. I did have there was one item in the news I wanted to talk about. It seems that the Supreme Court justices, somebody got hold of all their old high school yearbooks and leaked them to the press. It was very embarrassing for them because it has all the, you know, clubs and activities that they were in. And some of them, you know, were pretty good. Amy Coney Barrett, she was in the book club, and her favorite book was The Handmaid's Tale. And apparently she thought it was an instruction manual. For Alito, it had that he is in the future fascists of America. And then for Clarence Thomas, it just has that he was voted least likely to recuse. So, you know, I'm doing a little less work, you know, than I was doing before, and I've kind of cut back, but I might want to do something fairly non-demanding to go and, you know, go and have like a part-time job. I might go work for Social Security so I can tell people you're not getting any benefits. Thank you.